Philip do sit out here.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Tennessee Titans. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And this first play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be it. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Second down, Mariota. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Working out of the gun, Mariota dancing to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Returning, it's Benjamin. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
Big Josh.
I don't know. That man nodding off or some shit. That shit weird. He get up. Say, oh, I'm ready. And then disappear. What the fuck?
1st and 10 at the 45. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Oh, my God, bro. All I got to do is play Smiley,
plays have them on the move on 1st down. Rodgers now on 1st down. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to 1st.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Flushed out right.
No! No!
Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Fuck, man.
So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know. But
shit, I ain't even pick a play.
Might as well hold on to the ball.
Oh my goodness, that pissed me off so bad.
No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Steps away to his left.
Throw
across his body, and it's intercepted. It's the
Shit, should have just threw the damn ball away.
And will take over at the 24-yard line.
Partner, that is a quarterback no-no right there.
Threw the ball away.
To his left, so he's trying to orient his body into a position to make this throw. But by then he shrunk the field, and he winds up throwing the interception.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Mariota now on second down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Man, this is a repeat really quick, man. CK really into my league. Like, man, what the fuck? How you niggas in the game, dog?
Mariota on the delay to Henry. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to guys playing defense because he's not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher. It often works when they decide to dial it up.
That's just hilarious. Dude snitching on shit. They got to pay the fed.
First down carry for
that's tough, though. So I'm like,
out of the 25.
either you just mad, bro, because you ain't getting no ass.
Yeah.
Something, man. I don't know why you would go to this extent.
You've got a running back of this
trying to stop
size
them
and these
whole
dimensions. I can just tell you,
just because they doing what they doing. Like, it's not that serious.
You're excited about hitting him in the
jokes
first half.
Cool,
Maybe not so much in the second half. And some of these shorter gains turn into bigger
him a little
runs later.
press, my nigga.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Damn, Ronnie, what you doing right now, huh?
Mariota from the gun on third.
He caught that? Get the fuck out of here.
His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A first red zone opportunity for the Titans.
He
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
But niggas tried to move you down on the tier last night, B. If you hopped off. Nigga says you had to fall back off the funny tier, B. Tell them niggas like after tonight, Corn, they might say Corn have a good night tonight.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee.
You niggas stupid, man.
Dion Lewis. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there. And they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Man, yep.
That's fielded in the end zone.
Yo, I called a fair catch. What? I clearly called a fair catch. What the hell?
Getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once it threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down.
Now a play fake. Rodgers buying time to his left. And he will find a man here as Thomas comes open. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch there for Thomas. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
Oh, God, that was a pick.
There, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better.
I got to chill.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on the last drive, but fell incomplete.
Oh, I got to chill.
Again, the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
I didn't expect him to use
back-to-back
that.
drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Following the interception here, Mariota.
Wow! Wow! Get the fuck out of here!
In for the score. And the Titans find a
Corey Davis bullying my people?
Corey Davis.
These types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
He got the rebound right there, but the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers.
Damn!
He dropped it in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Rodgers. Gonna throw again. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Still churning. Flush to his right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Now they go straight. It's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it 4th down. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Now the Titans getting set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
You can't get higher than me in my afterlife.
From the gun, Mariota being chased out left. And that's complete.
Wow. Come on, man.
To the 15-yard line before he's
This
brought
is getting
down.
ridiculous.
The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
I'm really about to just go play Black Ops or some shit.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. Throwing is Mariota, eluding the pressure right, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's a gain of 9 yards.
Pressure.
And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Tennessee after this.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. One.
On 3rd down, Mariota.
Yo, you got to be kidding me. Oh my goodness.
And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result was a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session.
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
And got his man complete. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Rodgers now on 1st down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll be a gain of 4. And it's a 2nd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Rodgers now to throw. Rolling to his left. He fights him off. And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Bullseye.
Now Rodgers. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs.
I thought these niggas expect me not to be able to play 2K all day, though.
Mariota flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action here on first down. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Mariota.
Wow. Come on, Gabe. I see that.
Past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And Suckup will put this one right through. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good... And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 36, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the
24.
offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Working out of the gun, Mariota forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun, and they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Rodgers now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right.
Are you kidding me?
Center of the field, but it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down over 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go...
Are you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Picked off at the 48, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll start things on 1st down with Dion Lewis. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Mariota now on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Titans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Stupid idiots.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
A first down throw for Mariota. Dumps it off to Lewis. Oh, and Lewis lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at the 45. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side
Oh,
to that
my goodness.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And that last penalty makes his 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. Rodgers again now. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. To throw is Rodgers. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Jarrell Casey in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
How about the G Draco? I know the old nigga Tango.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the drive starts out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake.
Oh, my God, man.
From that distance, just give them confidence and let them knock it through.
Mariota now, 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Mariota hands to Henry. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back now in Nashville. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
Mariota now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Dion Lewis, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And we still got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. To throw, it's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer with was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Rodgers going to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 44 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at it.
Come on, game. Come on. Are you kidding me?
Picked off by Jonathan Cyprian.
Are you kidding me?
There as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is
my man is wide open.
Right
how
now,
is he undercutting?
That are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sideline, I don't know if it's the offensive
linebacker got range.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it?
Man
coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a defensive player at the other.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It's a 7-yard gain that gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. Here's Mariota. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Man.
That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. And looking to put
That's
this game
Jair
on ice in the fourth
Alexander.
quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They'll run it again with Henry. Room to run past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I don't want to hear that shit.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Going back to the 8th. You make sure they don't take a bag when they hit.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Titans, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll look to get back on track next week.